night, another stream. Like I told you guys, I would be back today since I would have been back yesterday, but yesterday my day was packed, busy, so I really couldn't put the time to do it with you guys. So, like I told you guys Monday, I would ended up doing it today. So, as people are starting to make their way in here, please be aware to be respectful and mindful of those around you and also those who were in this live today. Um, but right now we're relaxing, we're chilling at the moment, nothing too crazy. It is like almost midnight over here right now. So, yeah. But we're just hanging out. Anyway. But also, y'all feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future updates, such as streams, videos, shorts, and more. From yours truly. And let's keep the positivity coming in here. We need more positivity reinforcement because our generation is slowly shrinking, but also slowly turning not the way it's supposed to be turning. So let's hope. Let's just get hopes and turn all the tables back to how it was before it decided to make its weird entrance. So, yeah. But also, like I said, if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning guest of mine, welcome back. And also, do be aware I do have mods who come into my streams. So then this way, if we have to do with a certain person or more than one person in here, then they're in front of me, so this way I don't have to be the person doing it the entire stream, which would mean I would probably end up not giving you guys the much attention like I would do. But with mods, they help me out do that, so I can still give you guys the same amount of attention that everyone else gets, so it doesn't feel like I am wasting 5 minutes or so just to deal with a stupid idiot in here, which a lot of you can relate to how those can be. But I don't usually let those comments affect me too much. That's why I've got helpers, aka kind of my YouTube live security in place to help out with that. So I don't have to be the person handling all of it. And so, yeah. Sorry, y'all was coming in the middle of my So, anyway, give me just a moment to sit up. So, yeah. But right now we're just hanging out at the very moment. Let me see if I can do this real quick. But yeah, so feel free to. But yeah, like I said, for those that are coming in here, feel free to come in here. Say hey, do the things. We're just hanging out right now, is all we're up to at the very moment. And so, yeah. But yeah, like I said, if you're also new, please feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single video or anything or any updates of mine that come out. Because just so you guys know, for those who don't know this, the amount of people that are subscribed to me right now, y'all are the only people that get updates, not anyone else. But if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to be, y'all be the first people that get all of the updates. Like, you're the only people that will get updated content and, post shorts, Or if I were to make a post on here that just kind of either if I need to put like an update or, things like that. So, just, feel free to do that at some point. Either during the stream or before you kind of, at least before. But yeah. So, we're just hanging out right now, chilling. I'm just sitting in the bed, getting comfy because I was just putting up my laundry. That was folded because I was talking with a friend of mine because she was wondering when I was going to be able to talk to her because she had to tell me something. So, yeah. So her and I talked and went pretty good. Yeah, and even in between, at one point, I decided to also put up my laundry balls in the middle of that, which, it's good to do that. Because, A, you'll be good for literally a week, but also, that's just what you do. So, yeah. But, but yeah, if y'all are, man, what else do I know, you guys? But I mean, yeah, right now though, we're just hanging in. When are we getting people in this chat? We did have one person for a minute, but then they just left. So whoever that was, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, so I'm getting tired all of a sudden. But yeah, so yeah. Anyway. Man. Pretty crazy. What do I know? So, oh man, give me just a moment. But, yeah, you guys, we're just chilling right now. So, and also, y'all, for those people that do come in here and start being like, oh, why do you not have the freaking light on? Which, y'all, I do have a light on. It's right here. Luckily, I haven't had that happen. I mean, I've had some people in the past be like that, where they're thinking, like, in their own thought, they literally assume they almost assume to think it's almost dark in here, when really the reality is I do have light in here, y'all. I just turn my lamp on. I'm just a person who just, I don't know. Y'all, I'm just one of those people where I'm not a huge fan of keeping, like, the main light on for, like, for an extended period of time. Which, I mean, a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, not everyone, not every single person likes having the big light on. Which is okay, you don't have to like it. That's why there's better options. Like lamps or dimming modes. Hey there. How are you doing? Cass, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. which I think you're a returning guest of mine. I'll have to remember. Because I get a lot of people in here, so it's like, I mean, half the time I can keep up with a lot of you, but like, I mean, a lot of people can relate because we get a lot of people who subscribe on here and just, at some point it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna get tricky to tell, unless on the top of your head you go, okay, so and so, welcome back, which I think you are a returning guest of mine, but okay, cool. Yeah, I figured you were returning. I figured it. I just had to make sure. Welcome back. But yes, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you're doing good too. Let me just turn me this way. But yeah, we're just relaxing at the moment. And so, it's just kind of what we do at the very moment. So, I mean, like I said, we're just chilling, we're relaxing. Y'all, it is a Thursday night. Soon to be, well, really, technically, at this point, it's Friday morning, but we don't count that till literally 7 in the morning. Because, actually, I can kind of relate with you on that a little bit. Because it's true, life is full of all kinds of things like that. Love you too. You're good. It makes it. Cass, that is a good point to put out. It's exactly the right answer though. Like, yeah, there's days where it's all good and, it's all good and just perfect, and then the next day it's just different and just not how we expected it to. So I can definitely get what you're saying. For sure. Like, not every day it's gonna be full of, just perfection and just trying to get things sorted. There's gonna be days where it's gonna be hectic with things flowing in your face, or things start coming up. Like, for example, yesterday it was a busy day for me because I was literally I pet sitted my neighbor's cats yesterday for like a few minutes, which wasn't bad, which they were good. And then from the hours of like 1:10 to probably about 8ish, I was literally gone. Like, I was literally out busy because I went to a nursing home at first to do my once a month volunteering that I do with my aunt, which was really cool. And then we went to her apartment, her neighborhood. And in her neighborhood, occasionally they do bingo nights. And so this was my second bingo night I went to. And that was a busy, hectic night. And so, yeah, so I didn't really get fully done with everything till like maybe a little after 8. Like maybe late 8ish, 8:30, well, not 8:30, like 8 o'clock at least. And so, yeah, so for me, I didn't get back till probably 8:50, at least 8:50-ish. And so, but yeah, I'm pretty busy. And honestly, I did figure I was gonna be a little bit worn out after all that, because at the end of the day, as a young adult, you're gonna be worn out just by being on your feet and just go, go, go without stopping, you know. So, man, yeah. But luckily today it wasn't too busy. Luckily it was more like it would be. Thank goodness, because, like, you know, at least for me, I'm not going to be busy till, like, the 28th. Because I'm pet sitting again up till, like, 4th of July. And so, yeah, kind of hectic in my neighborhood. But it's because she's got other stuff going on. And so, you know, it's just what happens. And all that. And then also my boyfriend's coming out July 3rd through the 8th. And so, it's just going to be busy in between. And so, yeah, pretty wild to believe. But yeah. Anywho. Oh, thank you so much. You're very kind. And yes, I do care about people, like, for example, residents, you know, animals, little kids. It's good because, let me just say this. There's going to be people out there that don't have a care out there, which sucks for them, but, you know, at least there still is some people out there that will take that opportunity to, you know, either help someone in need or, you know, go and volunteer for a bit or just make a person's day better. Because as people get older, you know, some people don't always have the best chances. Like, some people may be able to stay at home for longer, but some will have to go to a nursing home eventually because, you know, either there's not much you can really do or you just want to do the best help you can. And, you know, it's just, you just gotta, you know, and let me say this. Some of those people in nursing homes, some of them don't, not all of them do, but some do. But some of them might not have family or friends who come and see them, or don't have any of them at all, which is sad. But also, let's say they did have family or friends, but let's say not anyone in their group doesn't come and see them for either 5 minutes, 20, an hour, you know? And, you know, for some of them, they've got to realize that what if it's your own grandma, your grandpa, your mom or dad, your aunt and uncle, you know, any of them. And, you know, what if you wait too long and that day comes to where they pass, you know? Oh, I'm not crying thinking about it. But, I mean, y'all, I told some people about this story, but it's good to kind of retell it for all the new people that are coming in, or some return people who haven't really heard it much, but just forgot it. For reference, 3 years ago, my Nana was in a nursing home for a few years, or at least for a couple years, actually. And so about 3 years ago, my Nana unfortunately passed away from dementia, This is on my dad's side, by the way, for those of you that want to know what side. Yeah, so she unfortunately passed away from dementia, and so we were out here on vacation, like in this exact neighborhood, because there's a little house out here where you could stay the night if you wanted to. And I think this was like our first day that we were here. I didn't know any of this till like the next day. And so for me, knowing I was the last person in my household to know this, of course it hit me hard because I was really close with my Nana. She was an amazing person, like they all would be. And oof, y'all, let me just say, when my dad told me the news about it, I'm glad I kind of was able to hold it in for a minute until we got back. Hugged my mom, went upstairs to just kind of, just sit down and just take in what I just heard. And of course I start crying like crazy because it's, when you hear someone you were very close to that suddenly passes, it hurts. Grief hurts. And even I would, I was just playing music at one point, just literally singing, grieving to it. And I think one of the songs I was playing particularly, I think was At the Cross, which is a really good song for those of you. But I've played all kinds of songs though, just to really just have something. Because, when you're grieving and stuff, it hurts, like I just said. But at the end of the day, you don't realize all of just what can happen. Because it can go from one day them being happy and healthy and good to the next day they can be unresponsive or taking their last breath and pass. Like, y'all, I remembered actually seeing her the day before of her passing. When we said goodbye like normal, I had no idea that was going to be the last goodbye that I ever had to do. And y'all, even kind of to this day, I kind of wish I was with her from the moment she passed, but there's kind of a purpose to kind of why I was out here at the time. And then another story, fast forward, talking too quick. Fast forward to like 5 months later, this day on September 24th of the same year, we were out here again on just another vacation, just for another getaway. I think it was the first or second day. I can't remember. It was the first or second day that we were here. I don't remember exactly. But it was September 24th. And my dad was trying to get a hold of my papa, which is his dad, by the way, for those that want to know. And so he was trying to get a hold of him. So calling him, texting him, but no answer. So waited for a few hours. Nothing happened. And at one point it did kind of get concerning. So my dad called up one of his police friends because he used to be a cop back in the day. And so his friend went out there, and even my dad went out there too. In which he didn't get back probably till sometime in the middle of the night. And I had no idea I was gonna wake up to another last person to know about it again. And so next day rolls around. I don't know what time specifically it was, but me and my dad were just standing on the back porch, just looking outside view and just taking it in. And then my dad breaks the news to me with my papa and says, your papa unfortunately passed yesterday. And I'm like, what? And so again, it kind of flashes back to when I heard of my nan's passing. And so go back in, hug my mom, go upstairs, relax, and again just start crying, taking it in. Just because y'all. Another thing is, I was also close with my papa as well. Like, he was, y'all, if I had to describe him a little bit, he was honestly like almost the second version of my dad. Because he was pretty crazy, he was pretty funny, and stuff like that. And, it's just crazy how we remember a lot of, like, little things like that about a family member or a close person we know. And we can just reflect back on how good they were, or just something we loved about them. Like, we loved when either, they would do this, or when we would, just the things. And so for me, with my Nana, I always loved when I would go and see her at her nursing home and just visit for a little bit. Either if it was with my dad, my papa, my mom, and all that. Even if it was for like maybe 30 minutes, an hour. It was really fun because even I got to see some of her friends, in which she was with some really good people, which is a good thing. Because you want to make sure that they're with good people that isn't going to try to hurt them, Because that's the one thing when it comes to putting someone in a nursing home is, making sure they're not going to be in that situation. And so, yeah, pretty wild. And also, y'all, the kind of sad part too is, for me, when my papa passed, it was at least 6.5 days before I would have been 17. And probably after that, it would have been like another 6 days till he would have been 73. Because, y'all, his birthday was October 7th and mine's October 1st. And actually, fun fact about that, my birthday actually was supposed to be on the exact same day of my papa's, which was the 7th. But I decided to pop out on the start of the month. And so that's where I landed. But at the same time, I do have the same birthday as one of my dogs. So that still makes it pretty cool. But, yeah. Trying to make sure no one else I didn't miss their comment. Okay, good. So I'll make sure I missed the comment, which I didn't. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just, it's just when you reflect on a lot of just memories from what you would used to do with your loved ones, or, just the little things about them. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be that that you and your family, or you and that person would either hang out on certain times in the summer, or y'all would always, do just little things about them. So to throw a few out there, there would be times back in the day where, man, one of the things my papa remembered is, I still remember the days when he would always call. Everyone knows in the winter, the leaves of trees are off, and some trees become crazy looking here. Like, they basically become pretty wild. And so, um, my God. Oh my gosh, Cass, you are so kind. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh my God, do not get me crying. Really don't. Oh my God, I'm joking. But, thank you so much. You're very sweet. Like I said, we need more kind people that are just like this. And that's why I try to bring it out here, because it's, we just need to have more people showing more good. Give me a second. Oh, excuse me. Oh, a little choke in my throat. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy. And so, yeah, that's the story I was telling you guys. Yeah, like, there's this one memory in particular. I always remember my papa would, because like I said, everyone knows in the winter because there's no leaves on the trees in the winter. Like, it's done till spring comes back. And the funniest thing I remembered, my papa would always call, he would always call, because, also a thing about trees in the winter is all of, like, the, like, bark and all that, like, all of, like, the stems and stuff like that were, like, very wild looking, like, very creepy, crazy looking. He would always call a tree that looked very crazy and just like this kind of way. He would always used to call those trees. He would call them scary hairy trees, because get it, in the winter half of those trees look, just because, okay, imagine if you woke up one morning and your hair was all over the place. That's kind of what it's like, but with the tree. And so, yeah, every time I spot a crazy tree in the winter or something like that, that always comes in my head, because, it's a little thing like that. Even remember the little things like that, because it means a lot, And then let me think, with my Nana, man, I'll definitely say one thing about my Nana I'll not forget is, when her and I would walk the halls of the nursing home, or in the little wing area where she was located. So we would walk, like, the hallways where her room was located, and then where, like, the common room, aka the little sitting spot where, like, a lot of, like, half events are located, and then across from where they would eat. And so, yeah, it was cool. And then there would be times too, like, when it was nicer out, we would walk outside and just kind of do a little walk around this small little outdoor spot and all that stuff. But yeah, it was really awesome. And then, of course, we would hang out in her room that she was in. It was pretty cool. And, yeah. And then, man, even I remember the times before she was in a nursing home, she would show me, like, either, like, certain things in, like, her little office or somewhere in their old house. Like, either if it was a picture of, like, her and her friends, or something that a family member of hers did. Like, one of her family members, I think I remembered, I think it was her sister. I forgot all of it, but I think it's her sister or something like that. But I guess she would paint these Cruella de Vil paintings, And yeah, it's pretty crazy. And she even had two of them, I think, displayed in there. And she would show me them. Or I think it was one that she did. And she would show me, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then, you know, just, it's, see, I mean, y'all can see, and y'all, and even y'all can think this too, because when you experience a passing of a family member like that, you will remember little things like that. Because, I mean, that's a good thing, because A, then you kind of have something to remember them by, but also, you know, it's just little stories that you think about. Sometimes you think you remember those characters and just and you could let things slide. Um, that is a good question. Cass, that's a very good question. Honestly, to answer that, I don't know. Like, oh, that's a hard one. That's a good one. I'm not saying it's the opposite side of what I'm thinking. I mean, it's for me. It's not often. I don't. I mean, I do think about it, but it's not like extremely often. Like sometimes I'll let it slide a little bit, and if it reappears in my mind, I'll just, remember it like I would. Because A, if I wasn't remembering all of it, then it would show I didn't care. Because and yeah, it's like an inch. Oh my god, these little inch corners. And so, okay, who's our second person here? Make sure. Okay, to whoever our current second person in here is, please make sure you are saying hi in the chat, because it's weird to be just watching the entire time and not just, you know. And y'all, I said this before, don't be a creep watching the entire time. I mean, it's kind of okay to watch for a few minutes, for like a minute or two. But then after that, say hi in the chat or something. So this way I know that you're actually in here. Because, you don't want to be someone who's stalking someone just out of the blue. It's just, you know, and plus, everyone else don't want to see just, a certain amount of people and no one say anything. Imagine that. Cass, thank you so much. And of course, I will not change one bit at all. And that's good because, A, if you are true to yourself, that's a good thing. Because, it's good to be kind. It's good to, have the good part of you in here still. Because, we need to see a lot more kindness more than we would. Like, yeah. And like I said, people can, also I'll say this too, people can feel, like they can feel what they want to feel. They don't have to always think they have to feel a certain way about things. It's okay to feel, you know, like, let's say if you're feeling down on a certain day, it's okay to feel sad, but we just remembered that, we just went through a little bit of a rough season, or we're going through a lot right now. It's okay to feel those things. We're human. That's how we are. And that's how we're also created as well, as to feel different emotions and things. Because everyone's not perfect. We're not made to be perfect here at all. And so, like, y'all, let me say this. for those of you that don't know this part or not, or just forget this, I will repeat it because some people are new and some people just forget. Like, y'all, we're all made differently. Like, y'all, I have epilepsy, and I also have not just epilepsy, but I also do have a learning disability, and so people are different. Like, everyone is different. It doesn't care if and what I mean by that is people are different. If we were all the same, that would be pretty weird. Like, it's okay to be different sometimes. Like, some people have disabilities, medical conditions, or, you talk a certain language that we don't it's okay to have something different about yourself, you know? Chat. Exactly, you know? And so, yeah, but, yeah, because I mean, y'all, and the thing is, people with learning disabilities like myself take a minute or two just to understand things. And, and like I said, we don't learn things within 5 seconds after hearing it. It takes us like 3 to 4, it takes us 2 to 3 times to understand or, make sure we're hearing things right. So an example is, let's say if somebody was telling me something that they understand but I don't immediately. And, because the thing is, the way that the other person is telling us and the way our brain, they're saying it at us, the thing is, we don't process every single word directly, even if we're paying attention. Our brains just take a minute to analyze all that. And so that's why we will ask again just questions on it, just to make sure that A, we're not hearing something different, and B, that, we're learning from it. And then once we can get to a point that we can understand, we go, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. It's pretty simple. And so, yeah. And also, I mean, y'all, people with epilepsy, y'all, we have seizures, and they get kind of crazy on occasions, but that's why we got medications that help reduce all that. Like, I'm on really good medication every day that makes it to where my seizures are they're rarely even there. Like, they're honestly canceled at this point in my head. That's the best analogy to put it. Like, they don't really show up as much as they did in my early childhood years. But that's because as you got older and stuff like that, your brain progresses and just, is growing. And so, especially in epilepsy, even if you're on medication, like some of it, or you're trying to find the right one, it still takes a bit for it to do all that work. But then once you finally get on a really good medication that works best with you and your seizure, then, you'll feel good in no time. Even if you're gonna feel a side effect or two with certain medications. Like, for example, that's another perk with epilepsy is, for some people, not everyone, you will sometimes have a couple of side effects from just a certain medication you're on. But it's not because of you or anything. It's certain medications have side effects to things, you know? So not every medication's gonna, you know, do that. So for me, for example, I do get both side effects from different medications that I use, which are headaches and dizzy spells. And let me just say, especially dizzy spells are not they're not the best thing in the world, because A, you feel miserable, but B, it's like feeling dizzy at the same time. Just, you know, it's wild. Okay, okay, person, whoever you are in here, hello. But yeah, and so that's just what we do and stuff like that. How the heck is it 12:34 over here? That's nuts. Let me unplug this because it's pretty good enough for. It's not gonna need it as much. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, it's just, you do what's best. So, for example, if I notice me having a headache during just the usual, it's simple. All I do is take a Motrin or a Tylenol, and then I'm good to go. And then, dizzy spells, all I do is I just lay down. I just lay down or sit in bed and just try not to go crazy or feel like I have to pressure myself to carry on with the day, because at that point right now I don't have much I do at the moment, so I'm able to stop and actually take a minute to pause, meaning sit down or lay down for the amount of time it takes for it to pass on. It's good to do that, because that's what helps. Like, that's what helps dizzy spells chill out. But also another word for that too is also dizzy episodes, which is what it is. That's cool. But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, we have 4 people now in this chat. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's just what you do. And so, but yeah, you guys, like I said, everyone is different, not just by medical condition. We just do our best every day. Not everyone's perfect. We're not supposed to be. And if we were, that'd be pretty weird. We should only be good, not 100%. So, what else does my brain know at this point? But yeah, so, what do I know? So that's itching, because I feel like that one spot I do hate. But yeah, so, last chat message, thanks for the content, keep rocking. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And so, that means a lot. I mean it. Keep doing what you are doing, because we need more positivity reinforcement out here. And just, we just need to keep showing people the good side, because there's still good people out there, even if we think there isn't. I might get up for a second to see how my stuff does. But yeah. And so I thought was hurts on my head. But yeah. Oh, let me get over here. But anywho, yeah. Because I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, we just do our best to literally be here. And so, and also, y'all, another thing with me too is, besides my epilepsy and stuff like that, I also have scoliosis as well. I got diagnosed at 14 with that, and that's when I found out I stopped growing at 5'3". When I was literally 14, which is epic. But you know, y'all, let me just say this, I was thankful that the doctor did not have me do surgery or a back brace, but luckily he didn't say anything either, which was surprising. But just so you guys know, that tells you God is good somehow. Even if, luckily my curve was not like bad. It was just like, if you were to draw on your head, it would just go this slight curve straight up. So it would just be a slight C shape. So that straight. But like I said, I'm thankful to Jesus that I did not have that happen to me, because when I first heard I got diagnosed with that at 14, I was in the what if panic straight in my brain. From thinking, what if I'm meant to have surgery on this? What am I going to have a brace? What if I can't do sports again? Because at the time I was actually a special needs gymnast at the time, which I was a gymnast at the time when that took place, and so even I thought I couldn't do gymnastics again, because you really never know. But when I heard that I didn't need a brace or surgery or nothing treatment related, oh, the weight off my shoulders and the way I heard things, oh, it felt amazing to hear that. It felt really good, because I was thinking something was gonna happen, but it's good to hear stuff like that when you hear that you don't need to have any option. Not any. It's good to hear that a doctor doesn't think on your case that you're not gonna really need it because of how less it is, And if it's a less curve, it won't be too alarming, because just do what you gotta do. But y'all, let me say this: people with disabilities and medical conditions, we're not just people that just live here. We are literally a walking testimony. We are literally showing people who are either going through the same medical condition or going through other things, to show them that we're not just people with any kind of disability or medical disability. We're people ourselves that go through a lot, but we still show it in the best ways. And even it's another way to get other people inspired and feel like they can actually not just look at their medical condition as like just as the definition. They can look at it and go, wow, this person can actually do a lot, while she has went through this for half her life. And that really shows me that I could do more, you know? It's good to feel like you can be an inspiration for someone because, what if they're just getting started or they're finding a new route to what they're doing, but they just don't know how to get confident enough to where they feel good about themselves. And so, for people like me, it's like, you know, um, for just like I said, people like me who have epilepsy, y'all, it's like I think one in like 23 people. I'll look up the population number, but it's at least one in 20 something or 60 something people have epilepsy. But epilepsy is one of those disabilities where at first it might sound like a life or death situation, but once you try things and see how it goes, then your life could change. Like when my parents were hearing, you know, there's a possible chance that because like I told you guys, I went into major brain surgery when I was almost 2 years old to have a chance at life. And at first, when they were hearing all of this, they were literally thinking just just the unknown and unexpected that it would come with it. And even though doctors and all them say I wouldn't really be able to really walk or talk and all that and do a lot of things, well, I proved those doctors wrong, and 19 and a half years later, I am right here standing, talking, making friends. I graduated high school last year, and I've also been dating since last year. And, I am literally getting up, waking up every day, and just doing my part. And just, each year you look at yourself and go, wow, I just woke up today and I did it. It feels really good to have a step going like that. So for those people who either found out they were diagnosed with a certain medical condition, or someone who's got medical issues that feel like that they can't do what they're supposed to do, or they feel like they're alone, they're not. They're never alone because you never know who else is going through a similar thing as them. Like, y'all, fun fact, my papa on my mom's side, he actually ended up having epilepsy when he was in middle school. He didn't have it, but not until middle school, but it was because he had a brain injury, because he was in baseball, and I guess he got hit really bad, and so he ended up having a concussion, but also started having seizures and stuff like that too. But luckily, he grew out of his seizures, so it's praise God that he was able to still feel alive. And then, with me, like I said, with me, I was diagnosed as a baby. Like, I was in, like, I forgot how old I was. I was somewhere my month ages. Like, I was somewhere in the month gap. 5 months, I would say. I think that's my guess. But I was at least early baby years. Not directly when I was born, but sometime a little after. And so, yeah, just, like I said, when we find out we literally get heard, that we get diagnosed with a medical condition or disability, it's just, the way our parents hear it, it's just, a lot of disabilities and medical conditions have different perspectives to it. And just unknown that could happen. And so, like I told you guys, 19 and a half years later, I am doing all the things that doctors said I wouldn't. Even there was also a likely chance I wouldn't be able to drive. But, sorry, that's my dog. I think she's dreaming. Thought she was barking. Yep, she's dreaming, not barking. Dreamy, welcome back. Starry, welcome back. Oh, we're starting to get more people. Let's go. And so, good, we got our first mod in the chat. Let me put this in here real quick. Hey there, Dreamy, how are you doing? I'm just putting this comment real quick. But, it's just, when, like I said, when you are living with any kind of medical condition, it's just, waking up every day and feeling like you're still alive. And also, the one thing you should be thankful for during that time is you're standing, you're walking, you're doing the things that doctors said you might not be able to do, when really it went the right way that we know. But it's also because we had faith. We literally had faith in us that it is going to happen, and we're not going to listen to what they say, because they will say it wrong. Oh, you just woke up? That's cool. That's good to hear that you're doing well, Dreamy. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm just, chilling, hanging out. At the very moment, it is almost 1 a.m. But, yeah, so we're just chilling, talking, but yeah. Just give me just a minute. But yeah. So, let me move for just a minute. Give me just a minute, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I was just getting a drink real fast. But let me just turn this up just a little bit. Oh. Wait, what? Huh? That's crazy. Wait, it's supposed to be winter for you? Okay, that's impressive. Right now we're still late spring, but we're only a couple more days till the actual summer gets here. Yeah. That's cool. It's pretty. And so, it feels good. Oh, that's cool. See, it's good to learn all of the other little sides that we just don't learn much. But, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, like right now, basically it's so funny that right now, technically we're literally still, at least right now we're still in spring, but we're probably like a day or two, I think, until it's summer, then it will be fully chaotic. Yeah. I don't blame you one bit. Um, I think sometimes that happens too with our winter. Sometimes in between, like sometimes it'll be a little warmer on some days, and then other days it'll be like cool temp. So I don't blame you. I mean, certain states are different when it comes to weather and all that chaoticness. Like, let me think. Today we were like at least in the 90s today. Yeah, we were at least in the 90s today, which was brutal. Oh, it's slowly getting to that point where we are slowly hitting the 90s. Y'all, at this point, it literally used to feel like 100. Like, some of those 90s feel like 100 in my head. Or even 105. Because it's just, even though it says it's either 90 or 95, it can feel like 100, 105, or 110 degrees out. Just because it's a lot hotter than that. It's just, But luckily I went swimming today too, which felt awesome. Like, the water actually felt really good. So at least I think this is like this first time it's felt like actually good and stuff like that. But this is like my second time I went to the pool this year and stuff like that. But yep, pretty crazy. So but yeah, so yeah, just hanging out. Yeah, give me just a second. Alright, sorry about that, I was checking something. Yeah, don't try to ask anything with politics, because let me just say, y'all, people, let me just say this. There's just a lot of people out there that just, they bring up so much political things. Y'all, I'll say it too. People, when it comes to people talking about anything politic related, they make it such a big fuss. Like, they make it a big fuss out of it. It's just stupid. Honestly. And it's just like, even for a young adult like me, it's just like, seriously, people, chill. Is it nighttime for me? Yes. Yes, right now for me it's like 12:57 a.m., almost 1 in the morning. But for me, that's because it's because I'll be up till probably 2 a.m. That's because I don't have to be up for anything extremely early tomorrow. So that's a good thing. And so, usually I would stay up that late if I know I don't have to be up for anything like extremely early the next day. But if I know that I have to be up at a certain time, then kind of will change just a little bit. But yeah, 99% of the time it is me up till like 2 a.m. Exactly. Yeah. Starry, I agree. Big time. Like, it is pretty frustrating. Because, it's just, it's stupid. People just don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, really, they make it a big fuss out of themselves. And, it's just what those people do. Yes. Yeah, I'm a night owl as well. I get the me being a morning person, which, man. I mean, y'all, I'm not really a huge morning person, especially when I was in school. I was not really a huge morning person at all. Oof, brutal. We were brutal hours too. But yeah, I'm more of a night owl than a freaking morning person because being up at night it's a little bit cooler, and you kind of get to just chill and all that stuff because just feels really good. My brain, but it just feels very relaxing and stuff like that because especially over here where I live, I can literally hear the freaking stars, like the actual night hour. Oh, it's so cool. Like occasionally I will hear the stars go off and just the cricket sounds. I mean, not really here, so it's just crickets and just, oh, it's cool. Here it actually be like nighttime because y'all, I live in the country, so you actually can hear a lot of it better than you can in the city. For those people that don't live like in like the country part of your area, they don't know that. Yeah, I mean, I do go to bed a slight earlier on some Saturdays. That, for example, like, let's say if I do plan on going to church on Sundays and stuff like that, I will go to bed like a little, like kind of a smidge earlier. But if I know that a um either I know I can't make it to church next day or my neighbor can't grab and pick me up because either something happened or things like that, then that's a total different story. Huh. God dang. But yeah. So other than that, on Sundays I'm waking up at like 6 or 6:05 in the morning. Just so that way I can be up because the thing is I leave here at 8:30 a.m. to get to church because I go to life groups, which is like small groups, which is like younger, which is like basically Bible study, but in like smaller groups of people, not like huge gathering, which is kind of a nice thing actually because it feels nice to have a good decent amount of people, not like a huge, it doesn't have to always be a huge group of everybody. Even it can just be a group of like maybe 5 or 6 people, It's pretty good because you kind of learn a little bit better from it. And it feels like a whole friend conversation out of that, you know? Hmm. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, first off, I'll tell you, because like I said, last time before I hear that I was in a church was like, I want to say this December or November. Yeah, December of like 2023, I think. Yeah, I think it was 20. Wow, yeah, at least 2023 before I moved during like Christmas break. Well, technically I moved a little. Well, yes, yeah, it was still Christmas break, but it was more like January, like beginning before school started back up. And then I transferred schools, and then yeah. And so for me, it took a little while to get in the swing of it until like more of this year when I've kind of started to actually go more, which feels really good because I have because one of my neighbors in my neighborhood actually goes to the same church I go to, so what I just do is text my neighbor to see if she's able to come grab me, since I don't drive at the moment. And so it's nice because then it's, it's one less stress for my parents to do and stuff like that. It's just one less thing on their plates to handle in the morning hours. And so, yeah. But, yeah, then of course I also go to Bible study, and the actual, like, full group Bible study, which is, like, full women's Bible study, every other month. So the next full Bible study is not until August. And then after that, it's my birthday month. After that, which is epic. And so, yeah, but, I mean, y'all, church is one of my favorite places to go, especially because, it's amazing and just awesome. And even I've started to meet a lot of, like, I've slowly been able to meet some nice people there, and just kind of started to get to make friends and all that stuff. Like, just this past week, I did make another friend at church in small and life group, which she was very sweet. She was in her early 20s, named Josie, which she was very kind. And yeah, and then I think it was like my first week I went, or second week I went, and I met a girl named Hannah, which, again, she was also very nice, which is a very good thing to hear out of people, because, we need to hear more of that, just coming in general, and, that just needs to happen more often. And so, it's good to, like I said, it's good to have people who are actually kind. And so, alright. Ben, welcome back. How are you doing? Yeah, make it up. Give me just a minute. And so, man. But yeah. But hopefully you're doing well. Whew, half me is like, just gotta fix these pillows. So, Logan, welcome back. How are you doing? Thanks for letting me know, so that way, that's cool. But yeah, we're just chilling. But yeah, for those that are coming in here, we're just relaxing at the very moment. But also, do be aware, I've got my mods in my chat, so if you are gonna be disrespectful to any of us in here, watch out. Watch out, for real. Because Starry and Logan will get you if you are gonna disrespect either of them or me personally. And so, let me update all that real quick, so that way everyone sees all of it. But y'all, here's the updated information that has kind of more and all that stuff, which is, it's good to have all that information, because if you are new, it's important for you to know, because and let me just say this, y'all, we're not people who are we're not going to be playing around with jerks that might approach in here. And so, and so, yeah, give me just a minute. So, give me just a moment. But yeah. That's so funny. Oh, that's hilarious, though. But yeah, so. Good point. But yeah, we're just chilling, hanging out. Like we would any ordinary day. But yeah. Sorry, my dad's snoring. But yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's too funny. Yeah, we're just chilling. And my bangs are all nuts. Oof. Yeah, my bangs are all wild. Y'all excuse the faint snoring in the background. It's my dad. He is next door in the living room sleeping like he would any ordinary. What do you think? Okay, I thought you had that in my own brain. Even though I'm joking around. Man, Logan, you are so funny. Man, that's just the too funny part. When you are one. Oh, I'm laughing so hard. It's so funny, I'm laughing at like 1 a.m. It's pretty funny though. You know. Yeah. Oh, that's the funny part in people, which is a good thing to have. Oh, I'm dying so hard. Logan, keep up bringing on the funniness in here, which is good. It's good to bring that in every so often, because, you know, everyone in here needs a little humor like that in here. Because, like I said, if you're not funny half the time, who the heck are you? Yeah, I said it there. I said it there, y'all. Who the heck are we if we're not that funny? Because, you know, we had to laugh at something, you know? We can't just be talking normal and just be boring 24/7. That would make us look pretty lame. Like it would. You know, we can't just be people that just, you know, weird talking normal and just don't feel like we have a sense of humor going on. Especially for us adults, you know? We need a little bit of that laugh in there in between, because what if we had a kind of crazy day and, you know, we just need something to laugh at just to distract ourselves for like a minute, you know? Exactly, because I mean, if you're not being funny with something, then, you know, it would just be very weird. Because really, if we're just, you know, sorry, I had to yawn in the freaking middle of that, but, you know. Oh, that's a good one. Exactly. You know. Oh gosh. For me right now, it is 1:13 in the morning. Yeah, some of you people heard it there. 1:13 soon to be 1:14 in the morning. Yeah, but I did tell you guys that I was gonna be like more on like Thursday because yesterday, it would have been yesterday, but yesterday was busy. So I just decided to tell you guys Monday. I'm like, you know what? I'm moving that to Thursday. And so that's what we're doing. Even though right now we're technically Thursday night going into Friday. I don't care, you know? But yeah. So at night or morning? I've got some time zones. So oh, in the morning? Okay. That's cool. Nice. That's pretty cool though. But yeah. Anyway, we're just chilling. But yeah. Man, there's like quite a few states that are the opposite. Oh, I'm gonna hate that. But yeah, we're just chilling, you guys. Oh. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Wait, what? That's crazy. I mean, y'all, in the US for me, like, it's literally been in the 90s recently. Like, at this point, we're like at least a day or two from it being summer, like fully summer. And, oof, it is slowly getting brutal. Like, right now's range, we're talking like mid 80s to like 90s. Oh, but y'all, I am not ready for when it's gonna start hitting the hundreds. Think that one twice. Like, literally. Everybody knows when it hits the 100 zone, which is like late June going into July. Oh, it's wild. It is literally wild. But yeah, but it's a good thing that there's also pools in the summer months to go swimming during the day, which is a good thing to cool off. Like, I went this evening, felt awesome. Like, it did feel so good, especially for it being my second time in the year. And so, oh, bitch. But yeah. Let me just fix my bed real quick. So hang on with them. No, you said 10. So wait, for y'all it's like freezing right now? That's insane. Man, that is wild. got an itch. That is pretty cray. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty crazy. And what we got? It's just me talking. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Y'all, let's go with the like count. We're doing really good in terms of likes right now, so feel free to keep tapping if you are not doing that. But if you are, do not listen to me. For real. Yeah, the only people that don't have to listen to me is who's been doing it. But if you're coming in here as a newbie not doing it, feel free to. At some point, feel free to. There's not a rush, not till it ended. So anywhere from now till it ended, you're more than welcome to. But also go like and also go subscribe to my channel so you're not gonna miss a single update by me. Either if it's me posting a video, a short, or a stream. You know, or when I go live, you know? It's just what we do. Yeah, exactly. Like you should have seen it earlier. At one point we had in like the beginning for a little bit we were pretty good until at one point at some point we had 2 people in here in the very beginning, and the second person was not even saying a dang word, which was sus. And y'all, I say whenever, and I do say this, for those people out there that are literally, hang on, but for those people who are literally watching after like a minute, then you need to say something, because if you aren't saying anything, who the heck are you? Because let me get over here. Because how am I supposed to know you're in here fully? Because if you think about it, if that person specifically is not saying hi or you know what in the chat, that means they're trying to literally is saying that they literally are just stalking, which is creepy in my opinion. So if you people are gonna come in here, say hi or something in the chat so I know we have someone, that we literally have a person in here. You know, hang on. I don't know what's happening. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry about that. I was hearing someone in the hallway walking. So, I don't think so. Not yet, at least, which is a good thing. Or else they're insane at themselves. But guys are crazy. And so, um, and kind of the reason why a couple of these hairs right now are looking a little bit, only just like this little bit, is looking a little crazy. It's just because about a couple days ago, um, yeah, like at least a couple days ago, I had my mom just do just a little bit of a haircut, nothing too extreme. Just because I was just taking a couple inches off just to kind of regrow my hair out because I've been doing that. And it's good to, take off a lot of those dead ends slash hairs that are just making it to where it's just slower hair growth, even if you are washing your hair and doing the things. And it's good to do that every little bit because at the end of the day, your hair's not gonna grow right if you just don't do anything about it. This is what we do. And so, yeah, it's a good thing to put out to those people if someone's not gonna chat in here and it's just one person talking the entire time, then I don't know what you're doing. Because also stalking is a thing I'm not gonna allow in here. Just saying. But like I said, if you're gonna come in here, I will give you probably like a minute to decide if you wanna stick around. And if don't, exit. And if you do, say hi or something like that so I know you were in the chat. Because my mods in here will kindly escort you out if you are not listening to all of the rules in here. And even what I put out. Because at the end of the day, I am not trying to, put up with anyone or just, things like that. Yeah, if they don't say anything in the chat, like, first of all, you can't just kick them out. You would literally be saying to exit. Oh my god, I got this freaking zit. Oh, that's great. So, it is 1:27 the freaking morning. Crazy. But yeah, so. Let's see, you guys. I will be like I said, I cut my hair this past week just a couple inches just to regrow it out and just make it feel good again. But let me show you an example though, actually, for reference, what it does look like. Because I think I do have a photo I think I do have a reference photo of it, so give me just a moment. So y'all, for example, this is kind of what my hair right now looks like. A little bit. It's like that. Like, it's not too short, but it's not too long either. But it's like right in between both. Thanks. But yeah, that's what my hair like looks like right now. And so, and like I said, it's a good thing to do that sometimes. Like, you know, hair grows back. But like I said, it's not like a bob short where it would be like 2-ish inches up than where that's at. And you know, the thing is, if I were in general to cut my hair like crazy, I would cut it to a length where I can tie it back. So for example, what I showed you guys as an example, but also a bob. I can tie it back with a bob, you know? So that's really like I would do if I were in general to cut my hair, but at this point I am not doing that at the moment. Cause you know, at the end of the day, y'all, I mean, I did have my hair short in high school, a couple years in high school, but not all my high school years. But yeah. Give me a second. I'm feeling like crazy. Excuse me, keep going. Yeah, exactly. It's a creep alert right now. Yeah, because right now, y'all, who's our second person in the chat? Yeah, who's our second person in here? Because, you know, it's weird, like I said earlier. Oh, wait, now we have 4. Okay, now we have 4 people in the chat. Whoa. That's insane. But I'll give them a second to see who chats. Possibly. It's just a find out and see response. You know? That's just what happens. And stuff like that. The first person who came in here, I gotta go all the way up, is, oh gosh, that person's name. Kazumi, but I call it Kaz for short, was the first person who came in here. And then after that person, it was, it was Dreamy, and then it was Starry. Yeah. That's the order so far it's went currently with people. Yeah, okay, now we're about to 2 people. Get up for a second. Yeah, to whoever our second person is right now, please say something in the chat. Because, you know, I do not like, not even a lot of people like it when, you know, we get someone in here who's just watching, not saying anything. Oh, now we have 3. It's crazy how my mod Logan is the only one in my chat saying things and all that at the very moment. So that's kind of the crazy part about it. All that stuff. But A, that's because he knows how all expectations work in here. Oh. When really it isn't, it's just, some people, some people might think it is, but it's not. Oh, man, let me get in here real quick. Oh, now we have our second person back, whoever that is. I mean, it could be a reason, or they're just, just do what some people do. But you really never know. It really can be any. It can be any reason. Yeah. So, I guess my dog's sneezing. That's cool. Yeah, let me just fix my blanket real quick. So give me just a second. Oh, it feels nice. But yeah. Yeah, when really you're not. Oh man. What's it doing? Man, oh, I swear. It is 1:35 over here. That's wild. Like, that's literally wild. But I've been live for like an hour and 6 minutes. Crazy. So, oh my gosh, that would be insane. Imagine that. That would be pretty crazy, in my opinion. Hey, let me fix my. But it would be funny as well. Because, imagine. But yeah. Anywho. Yeah. But yeah. Crazy. Just gotta fix my. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, just. That is funny. It's so funny how, like, I'm just reading it all through. Even though it sounds real, but really it's a joke. It's just too funny. It's just like the funniest part. But yeah. But yeah. So. Yeah. You look crazy this time of day. Oh. Dang. That's wild. Oh god. They're probably thinking it's Roman. Really, it isn't. Oh, I'm dying laughing. Oh, I am dying laughing so hard. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, now we have 3 people in this chat. Is anyone gonna start talking in here, or we're just gonna, Huh? Wait, I'm confused. What? Okay, I'm kind of confused. What? Dirty troll. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Yeah, now we have. Okay, whoever our 3rd person is in here, you need to be speaking, or or else you're getting out. Because for real, I think I will definitely will say that this life has been a little bit chaotic with people just coming in here just watching without saying anything. Oh my god. Okay, I guess I'm about to down your mind. And so so yeah, let's do this actually. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna remove your modding stuff. Because I actually want to redo it differently. I'm gonna put you. Angel. Now, you're going as a standard. But yeah. That's just what we're doing. So. But, this is what we're doing, you guys. So we're just chilling. Who was the 3rd person? I swear people are crazy. In here today, like, either something's fishy in here or what. So, yeah. It's pretty wild, I will put it that way. Yep. And so, yeah, you did. Yeah, for example, I still have you mod in here. I just now put you under a standard mod, which is more of muting certain people. and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, so you're still working as a mod. I think I am gonna start putting that thing where people who are like 13 up to 15 will be standard mod until they're 16 and older. So then this way they're still, then they're still helping me out, but it kind of gives them a little bit of experience before, you know, think about if you worked somewhere and your boss promoted you to like manager or promoted you to the next, you know, position up. It's kind of like that, but in here. Yeah, so for example, people who are 13 to 15 can still be a mod. It's just in a more manageable kind of way, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll have to definitely will do that here in just a minute and put that down. Because, you know what? I like how I put it that. Because, people who are 13 to 15 get that same experience. But just, like for example, they still get to help out, but their jobs are only to mute and view and delete messages that certain people say that are rude and stuff like that. But it's like I said, it's like they're still working a job by me, but it's just in a more manageable way in that position. Yes. But hang on. Willing for wanting to pull up talk to us? What the? I'm freezing. Give me a second. I feel like I gotta get up for just a second, y'all. Be right back. Alright, let me come over here. Let me turn this up a little bit. Okay, you guys, I'm coming over here so this way I can kind of get that started for people. Yep. Yes, you guys, that is now kind of a new rule I now just added. So it's nothing, out of here, but this is kind of more of a next better rule. So then this way people who are 13 to 15 can still feel like they're a mod with me, but just in a more, in a more level, balanced way, because for me, if you think about it, putting a 13-year-old up to a 15-year-old, a managing mod, it's not like they wouldn't be bad at it. It's just, it feels like you're going too quick on them. And so that will be kind of a new rule starting today for those people who are in that age category. But if you're 16 older, then you'll be managing. Then you'll be just a normal managing mod like most of my mods are. And so for those people, it kind of gives you that opportunity, so you can still be a part of it, but just, you know. And actually, that's good because standard mods actually, they actually help not block, they actually help delete, mute, and even review hidden text from the chat. Like if somebody was in here calling someone names, they can review it, and mute it off the bat. Like they can also mute people as well. But just, it's kind of a good starter for them to learn, and then when they get older, move up to the next part. Oh, it's freezing. Is it just me? Alright, I'm gonna go, I'm doing this. We're gonna go a little old fashioned. Do that. I'm gonna grab my iPad. That's what we're gonna do. I'll just go and grab my computer and do it. But my nerve is doing something different on me. So I'll be right back. Most people like me look worse on Let me just tell you, I'm someone who doesn't like full lighting all the time. I just don't. It's not because of me, it's just, it's just too much for an extended period. So for example, like medium lighting, like for example, like lamps and stuff, like right here that I got, is perfect for me because it's not too bright, but it's also, it's still a good light where I can still see and get around, but it's also not like too bright where it's in my face, where I feel like I'm going blind for hours, and also, let me say this too, people who have blue eyes, a thing is with those people, they are definitely one of the things about people who have that eye color, they are prone to not liking a lot of lighting, but that's for people who've got that eye color. But if you don't, you're just your average normal person and stuff like that. I'm kidding, I don't really and all that wellness. But let me put you guys right here real quick while I grab. Oh, sure, it's loud. Let me grab my iPad out real quick though and get that film started. So, let's see. Oh gosh. But, we'll do it for like a minute. But also in this line too, it does kind of get hot because it is an LED and stuff like that. But it does pretty good for a good chunk, for like a good minute. So let me do this really fast. So let me. Alright. I've got so many things blocking. Here we go. I had to block that out just now. Look it up. Start pulling up. do the next part. And look at this. Okay, I'm confused what's happened. What now? Hang on. Sorry, I'm just getting this started. Let's see, it's still good. There we go. Blueprint, so people know what's actually going on. Sorry, so I was on my computer screen, so give me just a minute. Now write this down. Right now, we're going to continue. Let me see. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. I remember my grandparents used to, well, my grandparents who basically passed, I remember they used to have a pool in their backyard when they used to live there before my aunt went to a nursing home, and then my papa moved into an apartment, and then both of them passed within 5 months. And so, try not to keep me up for another little bit. But anyway, y'all, it is almost 2 a.m. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and I'm probably gonna come back in probably on Saturday. So I will see you guys then. But I also will post out the second form for the standard mod position here in a little bit. So do be aware to keep an eye and lookout. And I also probably will post an updated thing on here too about that. So yeah, I'll see you guys out and about.